Hey, howdy everybody, Lightheart here, and some of you were probably watching the last episode and have noticed that I'm struggling with the idea of me showing up at the end of the fandom, and basically me being too late to this to make any mark, to make any significant difference, to know any of you people, no, in order to, well, achieve anything here. And basically afterwards, I started looking at some of the things that G5 could possibly have in the future, and I didn't get much on the idea of plot or anything. However, I was able to get a design, and looking at these new designs for them, I started realizing that maybe this isn't the end of G4, that we're not seeing G5 coming, but we're seeing G4.5. Please like and subscribe down below, and let's get to this. Now, frankly, I'm going off of very little detail here, but I believe the images they're showing is going to be showing us the plot line for the end of the season, the last season, or the end of the movie. Now, take note that this is just a theory. This is going off speculation here. And for all of those of you who are still staying, strap in. Now, first of all, I want to point out a few facts for my theory here. First thing I want to point out is issue 25 of Friends Forever, in which Rainbow Dash wakes up to discover that her wings have vanished. And we end up seeing that unicorns are planning on making themselves alicorns, and that they have a way of stealing the wings. Now, some of you may think it's a small detail and that it's technically not canon. However, this gives us a major plot point. It shows us that a race's physiology can be transferred into another race. Think of it like a transplant. Like a bone transplant, basically taking one part, like a horn, Twilight Sword, and slapping it on Fluttershy. It's physiologically possible, and assuming that this was done unwillingly but unwittingly, it could be possible for somebody with enough knowledge of magic to be able to do this willingly. Now, some of you are saying big deal about this. However, I would like to point out another thing from Twilight's Kingdom, in which we find out one of the fundamental laws of magic, which I'll probably cover in another video. Basically, magic can be transferred. It can be moved from one being to another. Tarek utilizes this to steal others' magic, and the princesses utilize this in hiding their magic in Twilight Sparkle. Now, the other big piece of evidence I want to point out is the designs. First of all, only Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy have a big race change. Well, along with Twilight Sparkle. But it seems like some of the other ponies have taken on other physiological traits. Applejack now has a white stripe going across her face in a lot of these. Pinkie Pie has now hints of pink and, a darker pink and white, mainly in the wings. Rainbow Dash does have some new color variations for her wing design. Rarity, some of the new designs don't have many changes, but we do see some with streaks of white in her hair. And Fluttershy, she doesn't take on many, except for the giant horn sticking out of her head, and some of them show hints of a nature, basically kind of a neuro of nature around her. Her hair and her tail having leaves or vines, and hints of green in one picture. Now, I brought up these facts, and here's the part where I start piecing them together. It could, basically, Tarek is still out there. He is captured, yes, but seems to be hinting at the fact that Sweetie Glow, I think it was, she and Turek are going to be teaming up. And it could be very well possible that we will be seeing Chrysalis in the near future, considering the fact I was expecting this season's finale to deal specifically with Chrysalis, and instead we were focused on the new villain, meaning Chrysalis is still out there. Basically, we have the three of them teaming up, and who knows, there might be a few others as well. But hear me out. Eric and the others fight against the main six. They have no choice but to banish them. And this is all theoretical, please mind you, I have no way of finding any of this stuff out. I can barely edit, let alone hack. But Tarek ends up stealing the five of the main six magic before being banished away in the final act by Twilight Sparkle to end up putting an end to the terror of Tarek once and for all. However, in doing so, she finds out that she ends up dooming her friends to be living without magic. And two of them, specifically Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy, are physically hurt and critically wounded. That is the only reason why I believe that those two would have the change of physiological traits. Fluttershy having her wings nearly destroyed, and Pinkie Pie's body in critical condition. So Twilight does something, makes a hard choice to give up her power, to make all of her years of studying magic a complete waste. Well, not complete waste, but basically throwing her studies away, throwing it all away, so that she can have her friends back, to give them their power back. In doing so, losing her horn, losing her wings, end up giving them to Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy, and her alicorn power is now divided amongst her friends, leaving only a bit for herself. Now, it is clear that Twilight Sparkle still has magic, or at least some sort of power in her, because in Twilight's kingdom, when Celestia, Luna, and Cadence end up transferring their powers into Twilight, they lose their cutie marks. Twilight is shown to still have a bit of magic left in her. However, it is shown in a few pictures Twilight Sparkle without without a cutie mark. However, these aren't aligned with others without a cutie mark as well, so, well, at least the specific designs, so it's still up in the air. So basically, we may not be looking at the end of the series. We may just be looking at the opening of a new chapter. Where does it go from there? I don't know. But maybe there is still life left in this fandom. We may not be reaching the end. And with the Hasbro finally getting their act back together, with how they're hiring writers, and having them gang together, having them working in cohesion, we may be seeing a fresh taste coming our way. But what do you all think? Are there any flaws in my dreams of still being in this fandom, or this fandom still existing come G5? What do you think will happen when G5 comes around? Do you think that we will still be seeing these characters that we have known and loved? Will we be seeing new characters? Will our focus change from the main six to a new group? Frankly, if you do a new Hasbro, if you do a new group, please throw another boy or two in the mix. I'd like that very much, frankly. I know it's a show meant for girls, but I wouldn't mind us having the odd boy or two in the spotlight. admittedly, Spike, Big Macintosh, and Discord, they tend to be more side characters. But what y'all think? Where is this fandom taking us? What do you think will be the major changes? Please like and subscribe. Please share. Check out my Patreon and FilmFiction page, and I will see you all next time.